Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. We haven't talked in actually forever. I hope the air conditioning in my car isn't annoying. I wanted to just have a little coffee talk. I got some Dunkin' this morning. Actually, it's 1 p.m. Whatever. A medium iced coffee, 3 French vanilla swirl, 3 blueberry shots, and oat milk. Let's see if it's good today. It looks good. Nice. Just needs more of a mix. I wanted to hop on because we have not talked in forever. I haven't posted in a month. Last thing I posted, I was packing to go on tour with Diva Bleach and LOL It's Leah. I've been home for a couple weeks and I figured it was just a good little coffee talk catch-up time. So like I said, I just went on tour with LOL It's Leah and Diva Bleach. I have toured with Diva Bleach before. I've never toured with LOL It's Leah. Both are great experiences. I love all those bands. I love every band that was on the tour. It was Five Ever and Ring Pop as well, and it was just such a great tour package, such great vibes. I had a great time. The only problem is that all of my gear kept breaking. So when we were in Missouri, my flash has always been wonky. Let me just preface with that. I have a Sony a7 III. I'm not a fan of the Sony. I think this week I'm gonna buy a camera. I think I might go home from filming this video and buy a new camera because I started as a Nikon girl. Nikon D7-500. I loved her. Absolutely. Always felt like I was getting the crispiest photos. I loved being able to edit like the coloring. I loved it. And then I was wanting to switch to mirrorless when my Nikon was kind of on its way out, and I was recommended the Sony a7 III. I have had the Sony a7 III for 3 years, and 2 years, I'm sorry, and it has just been a pain in my ass the entire time. I'm pretty sure the lens that I got, the 24-70, came broken because it just stopped taking photos a couple months into having the camera, had to send it off. It took 3 weeks for repair. Somebody's car alarm is going off. Took a quick everything bagel mini break while I waited for that car alarm. As I was saying, 3 weeks to get repaired. I had to use this little Canon that I do all my YouTube videos and landscape photography on for a tour in December of 2023. It was fine. I love using this camera. Honestly, I think it takes great photos. I really, really enjoy it. However, I was having some issues with the flash on my Sony, so I ordered a new flash to the Columbus, Ohio date of our tour. My friend Mac picked it up, brought it to me, worked for like a couple days, and then in St. Louis, Missouri, I was trying to take photos and just nothing would work. The flash wouldn't work, and then my camera wouldn't work. Like, I'd click the shutter button, it just would not take a photo, and I started freaking out. It would go into random little settings that I didn't choose. Like, I don't know, just maybe I'm the problem, but the camera was just not working for me, so I had to borrow the other photographer on the tour's camera for the rest of the tour because I was in St. Louis, nothing could get done. I live on the East Coast, so we just kind of had to wait it out. It was not my favorite thing in the world, but this was kind of my last straw with Sony. I think I am going to switch to a Nikon Z5 II. It's one of their mirrorless cameras. I believe it just came out like a month or so ago, and I've seen great reviews. It has in-camera stabilization for video. I'm just loving everything that I read about it, so I think that's going to be my next purchase, and I am just ecstatic to have new gear. So my camera broke in St. Louis. My computer has already been broken. The battery is dead. It needs to be sent out, but by the time I was able to bring it into Apple to get it looked at, it was like 4 or 5 days before tour, and it takes a week to get the battery fixed when you send out the computer, and that couldn't happen. So I just bought a new charger and have just been fingers crossed hoping that this computer lasts until I actually have a week to be able to send it out. On top of that, my hard drive ran out of space in Virginia, and luckily Sydney from Diva Bleach was out and about, and she was able to pick me up a new hard drive that I could just use for the rest of tour and that I'm still using now because I think all of my gear just needs to be replaced. I don't know if I just don't take care of it the way that I'm supposed to. I don't know if it's the wear and tear because I'm taking photos literally all the time, and then I'm also on tour, so I'm traveling with my gear all the time. It's getting beat up in the van even though it's in a padded bag. I really don't know, but it really was a plunge to my self-confidence because as a photographer, that is your job, is to have a working camera. That is the bare minimum. And not having any working gear on a tour was such a stressor, and it made me feel like I wasn't able to get the shots that I wanted. I was driving and I was like, oh my god, I didn't get enough photos of Diva Bleach, like backstage. I didn't get enough of this, I didn't get enough of that. Like, just was so much that I feel like I was missing because I was sharing a camera, and I'm so grateful that I was able to share a camera with DJ, and then my friend Ethy also let me borrow their camera in Connecticut. It's just been so heartwarming to have so many people that help me when I'm having camera difficulties, but I'm so sick of having camera difficulties I'm hoping that that will change, and once I get my Nikon, I'm going to take care of that so well. Not that I haven't been taking care of my gear, but like I said, I think Sony's been out to get me since the beginning. But I am just so looking forward to upgrading all my gear, being able to take quality content and deliver the photos that I want to deliver. So like I said, I've been home for a couple weeks. I have been honestly running around since. I feel like in between my 2 tours, I was on tour with Cheem in May. I did a vlog about that. It's kind of more of just like a recap vlog. I wanted to vlog a day in the life on tour, but it is so hard to do my own content, long form content, when I'm on the road, when I'm doing all this other content for the artist that I'm working for. If you want to see a day in the life on tour, it will be on my TikTok. There's also some on my Instagram and maybe on my YouTube shorts. If not, I will upload it. I feel like with all my gear breaking, it was a huge blow to my confidence, and I'm kind of just trying to rebuild, feeling like a good photographer, feeling like I'm capable of the job that I do and producing work that I'm proud of. Because as a photographer, you're always changing. You're always changing your style. You're changing how you approach photo shoots. Your clients are going to change. What you want out of your career is going to change. I think that changes with every career. All my gear breaking and feeling like I couldn't provide as quality of a product as I wanted to hurt me really bad. But I want to fall in love with photography again. I've always been the type of person that I want to love my job. I could get a job that I don't love. I could not work in the arts. I could not work in a creative field. Obviously, it's harder to work in a creative field and to work for yourself because there's not as much stability. The income is always fluctuating. There's so many reasons not to do this, but I love it. I love working in music. I love the artists that I work for. I love taking photos. Used to do a lot of just creative portrait shoots, a lot of self-portraits. Me and my sister-in-law would go out and just have a concept and take photos just for fun, just so I could play around with editing. And I really would love to get back to that this summer because that is what I think makes me a better photographer. I know that the band I manage would also love to be in front of my lens just for me to play around with stuff. So I think I'm gonna go up to Connecticut a lot this year and just take a lot of photos for fun. I need to fall back in love with what I do and just remember that I'm good at what I do. I would also love to get back into a routine. If you don't know, I am a touring photographer, but I'm also an artist manager and I run social media at Open Your Ears Records. It's a lot of computer work, and then touring is a lot of traveling and creative on-site work. So being able to find a balance between the two is so important. I used to be very on top of my computer work, very organized, and just with all of the traveling and touring and everything that I've been so lucky to do this year, I haven't had time to do it, and I'm just really looking forward to being home for the next month or so and being able to get organized with managing my bands. Cheem just put out a new song called Pivot. Sunday Morning just put out a new song called Pulling Thorns. They have an album coming out soon. So there's just so much to do and so many exciting things happening for my artists, and I really want to lock in and making sure that they're engaging with their fans, that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure their aesthetic is good, to make sure that I am available 24/7, which is the ups and downs of freelance life because I have a 24/7 job. I know that, what's that TikTok sound that's like, oh, I didn't want a 9 to 5, so now I work 24/7. Like, that's me. I'm on call all the time. I'm talking to my artists all the time. I'm always thinking about work, which I love my job, so it's great, but it's also not healthy. So I really want to be able to give myself a 9 to 5 schedule, or even like a 10 to 3 this summer, so that I can relax and really be able to give my all to the work that I need to do, and also give my all to myself, because with all the traveling I've been doing, I have not been taking care of myself. So I need to start going for my walks again, less eating out. It's like the typical stuff. I feel like everyone on the internet is like, oh, I need to start taking care of myself. I'm gonna go to a Pilates class. Like, but it's basic for a reason, because it helps. I want to start prioritizing social media again. Sometimes I feel kind of stupid for starting YouTube so late. It was something I really wanted to do in high school, but didn't have the confidence. I think with the career that I have, it's fun to show everyone what I do. When I was younger, I didn't always have females in the music industry that I could look up to and ask for advice. I really want to be that person for other young girls in the music industry, because it is hard and sometimes it can be a boys club, and so many incredible men in this industry, and there's so many people that want to uplift you and help you, but there's also so many not so great people. And I always told myself that I want to be a person that people can come to if they need advice on literally anything, or helping with contacts, just anything. I just want to be a resource in the music industry, and I feel like starting this channel again has helped with that, because I can answer your questions and just like kind of show you the ins and outs of what it is like being a freelancer. And I always thought I would need to have a job, but I can fully sustain myself by just being a photographer and working for myself, and I want to show people that you can do that too. So I think that's what the rest of my summer is going to look like. I really just want to focus on me. I want to focus on how I can build my career up, how I can grow my brand, grow my business, grow my artists. I want to stop so down on myself for things out of my control, like my camera breaking or my computer breaking, and just take a break. That's what's so important when you work for yourself, is knowing when you need to take a break and refocus and reshift. And it's okay to change. It's okay to change your brand, and just not being so hard on myself this year, I think, is what's going to be so important for the next 6 months. That's what's going on with me. I feel like this was all over the place, but that's just kind of how life is right now. I'm in a stage of life that I'm just running around and ever changing, and it's been really, really fun. I want to start vlogging more. I have a show on Saturday with Sunday Morning. They're playing Shoreline Summerfest in Connecticut, so I will be vlogging that. I have a lot of other fun videos. If you made it this far, let me know what you want to see on my channel. I think I'm gonna do some outfit videos, some more touring advice videos, just things like that on top of the vlogs, but let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to continue building this channel and talking to all of you. I will see you in my next video. Bye, besties.